We're in the middle of NATLAN, and there's pretty reliable information. Remember that everything that is leaks, and speculations is subject to change. But that NATLAN is only going to get to 5.7, so being at 5.3 at the year. 5.4 doors, and since you see this video, in a week you will be liquefying the whole 5.5. And then the banners and characters that will arrive, especially new, we just have the 5.6. And the 5.7 not only to end it at NATLAN, but as Hoyover says in his live stream. That showed us this image with all the characters that according to them would arrive before. That it will end in NATLAN, and not only that, but you know that before it's over, Shilonen, Rerun de MAVUIKA Rerun de Kinish and Rerun de Mualani. We take into account. Knowing all this and knowing the banners of 5.4, we barely have 5.6, left. And already to include Kinish, Mualani, MAVUIKA, Shilonen, SKIRK, Ifa, Mizuki. Comes in 5.4 to Dereza, which supposedly is the cow, and the other two characters who we still don't know who they are or what they do, but one day on stream I taught them the right at all because I have some exclusive information that in this video, you can't see it but invite you to the streams and the Discord because there we have that. Leave a good like, a good last subscribe, leave a good comment to the algorithm. Thanks for enjoying the channel video, thanks for all the love support. Remember that it costs you nothing, that it is totally free, the issue of giving like, subscribe, and leave a good comment. Thank you for everything besides and for everything that. Remember also that only for that is a draw of lunar blessing once a day. For every video once a day for doing all that is free. Eating that he is very rich, that I desire him from your heart, that I wish you to say so. And welcome to invite you to the directs, and we go with the roadmap of all the characters and versions. That until beginning the 5.7 and from there the 6, whatever it is said that. It may not be Snizhnaya, and it may be a complete region for a year of filling. For those of you who have seen the stream these days, there was a day that was a very tragic day. Trambolic means hectic, run over, stressful. It all came out a little bit, it melee'd salt all day and I couldn't record video, so for those who, they saw that stream. I'm recording this video before dinner that I ordered food because it didn't give me any more time for dinner or cooking or anything, and I said to the streamers, I'm going to close, I'm going to eat fast. There's the food, I haven't opened the bag yet, I'm recording before dinner. Because if I have dinner, it's super late after I've streamed this video you're watching now. I probably wasn't going to feel like it and he's going to have to sleep, so discipline and work go. First to see that it's a failure, and then they cry about what I do and what I don't do. But those people don't sacrifice what I sacrifice, so roadmaps are clear. That 5.4 come Mizuki, Sijuin, Furena, and Ryothesly, and would remain 5.5, 5.6, and 5.7. Here we are already clear, and it is being commented that it has been so long without a map in Genshin. Impact at 5.5 will come map door 2. What kind of map will come? Well, literally the 6th tribe that we lack. Because we still lack one of the doors of obsidian that give us frosts. Staffs, not so swindling, 5.5. I'll make a video of the staff frosts before 5.5, explaining now what will be better, how it works, and above all, what are the best artifacts for. Spend the new rework frost that is a little bit better. And this I explain because in that 5th tribe, 6th, tribe forgiveness that is yet to arrive, and by the way, the 6th constellation of the Traveler. There are still people saying, or in some videos that I have made saying no. Mia, if I have the. You don't have the Traveler's chicks, you think you have it, but what you have. That appears active. The drawing is the symbolic Chin Seeks that only gives you more damage when you fight against the weekly boss, but the Zeeks of the other half of the text that imbues you with Pyro, and allows you to play the Traveler. You don't have it. We don't have it. We don't have it. Ianzan, with which in 550 it is said that Ianzan will come, that it will be an Electro. Still do not know if a 5 or 4 stars speculate more than 5 than 4, and it is said that the other 5 stars that will come is Yifa, who is the cowboy of the tribe of the Night Wind, I think it is, or of the No Night Wind is not, of the flower feather that is Chaska's, and then let's keep in mind that of all the characters. that we may be missing here should already come minimum reruns of Kenichi Moalani on 5.52, 0.6 and 0.7. It'll at least come MAVUIKA Rerun and Chaska, which will also rerun earlier. Maybe not like, for example, Riot's didn't rerun. But the important characters who are going to sell many if they have reruns soon, and you know it, Furina, Rerunen and Nubelit Rerun before he left, for example, Fontaine Chilonen and MAVUIKA Van. To rerun then, this 5.5 paints very much for it to be an Ian-san Yifa unless Yifa is, or Ian-san. Or 4 stars, Kenichi Moalani, one of the two. And in case there are any 4 stars, or just reruner Kenichi or Moalani here will include some other rerun of those who are still late to return, as for example Kokomi, who has gone forever without returning, and Kokomi joins the list of characters like Shengun or previously Eula, more than a year old, without returning to Genshin Impact, and can be very solidly a 5.5. Then the 5.6 and 0.7 is speculated already. You know that if Captain up, Captain down, but here's your thing, the characters are sure to come back. They're like I say, if he didn't rerun on 5.5, Moalani or Kenichi here would surely come a Silone and Randit, which arrived at 5.1 would fall and leave, MAVUIKA for 0.7, and the list is on screen of 5 characters who today told them that they would come to remember that they are missing 1, 2, 3, and 4 characters apart from Ifa, Avian-san, and Mizuki. We know maybe there are of these 4 missing 2 or 3 or 4. SKIRK stars, I doubt very much that it is 4 stars, but the Lancera on the right, I dare it all to make sure it's 4 stars to melt me. If it's not, so you don't make me if I'm right, and then you're missing the Vaquita and the furrow east of the ears. The furrow the ears may be 4 stars, and the Vaquita Fereza supposed to be called, I don't know, I have no idea, I have no proof, I don't have any kind of information, so Viris doesn't know anything clear would be very epic. A 5.7 with SKIRK and MAVUIKA. So by 5.6, I say at least if you haven't rerun Moalani Kinish, will be and Moalani or Kinish. Maybe Shilonen will fall directly if there's a 5 stars that you're not SKIRK of the characters. Of the Verisa silhouette, for example, it will fall and perfectly, and then fill with some another character of the reruns that still take a long time to return, as for example, Tartaglia Good is. In this banner of Liu, although it is not of Liu, but it is their Tartaglia, but insert here, basically the favorite character that has been around for more than a year, without coming back, as for example Kokomi or Ayato seems to me also, or some so that it has been a long time without returning to Genshin Impact, and last seems to be that if everything is fulfilled, we have a 5.7 that in theory, and as the clicks say, this time there won't be 0.8 that it's SKIRK, maybe MAVUIKA Chaska, or maybe Chaska will make him a Ryozli and Thi. They're leaving anything by 6 points, and maybe they'll fill up with more stuff or bring in some other Archon. Maybe there it rumbles, for example, Furina again, although it's about to arrive or rumble by. Example BBNT that also takes long without coming to the best goes in one of these banners or Raiden. That came in at 5. In fact, if you got the 5.7, Raiden could come perfectly, more or less. The map roadmap or banner maps that the editors have done around here, in addition of what I'm saying stays more or less, so BBNT and Kokomi are characters with many possibilities. To gather that they have been long since coming back, these 6 that will come, I remember that many people interpreted and capable, you put it to me in the comments that these characters are not to come. Banas before NATLAN was finished, but they were going to appear in the story, but I ask you if they're going to appear in the story and not appear their banner then because it's in silhouette. If we already know her, I explain, and if they put it in silhouette, I think it is more to generate unknown for the fee. The question of the banners and speculations if it were not, so they would not need to put 2. SKIRK. That in silhouette because they have already appeared both in history and would not need to say Ori. Doing this kind of marketing by saying these characters will appear in the game will be presented. They are in silhouette, and I imagine that in the end, the interpretation of the Chinese is usually wrong, and usually wrong. There are often many misunderstandings always when they're interpreted from the live stream, and the clicks a lot. Plus, but being a little deductive seems to be more than it is true that they are characters. that your banner will come if it wouldn't make sense that Lanzano and SKIRK are inconceivable in silhouette. So little more, these are the roadmap, and what we know is that almost never insured. Confirmed. But yes, quite reliably, we'll approach from here to finish NATLAN. So much for the Ayoversa tracks. As with the characters, we know by the pattern that follows the game. After 4 years, they will return, as with the characters Venti and Kokomi, who are the ones who have a It took today a run, and some would be forgetting me. Phil tells me about albedo. It's also been 14 decades since some albedo will fall wild out there. Probably a little bit. Plus this a lot hype because in a week it's tied to 5.5 and at least map comes. I hope that they'll surprise us pretty much and hopefully, and leave me the comments that you've come to the end. Captain be playable and surprise us with some wild captain around here taking care of a lot. Have a very good day, and until the next video.